Hi, Brave friends. It's Laura Hayes from the Brave Girl Project, and I wanted to jump on. It is a snow day here in Northern Virginia, and it is so nice to have a snow day. I have made myself a cup of hot cocoa with lots and lots of marshmallows, and I actually just filmed a mindfulness um, morning news clip for my school. And I haven't had a time to do some of those recently. So I'm really proud that I was able to get some of that done. It always feels good to get things off your to-do list. But my live today, I wanted to do something quick on how to help yourself when you feel out of control or you don't have control over certain situations. And I've been kind of personally experiencing that right now. Some people know that my mom has been battling cancer. And during the month of December and January, she really hadn't been feeling well and uh, was hospitalized for part of January. And so she's home again, but that definitely kind of interrupted her life. It takes us out of kind of our routine. And I wanted to kind of share tips that I do to kind of help myself because I know that being a brave girl means sometimes having to do some things that you don't always want to have to do. And you have sometimes situations that you're dealing with or helping other people deal with that can be difficult. And so, for my brave friends, if you have something like a friendship problem going on, dealing with maybe struggling with school, your grades, you're worried about this report card that's going to be coming home soon. Perhaps there's something going on with your parents. Maybe your parents are fighting, or if you're one of my brave girls that are grown up and you're dealing with your own issues, here's what I try to do. And believe me, I'm not 100% perfect at any of these. I think what it really is just the effort that we put in. So the hot cocoa for me represents my self-care. And so that's really important. And self-care doesn't mean that, you're probably going away for the weekend or things like that, but it can be just taking a little moment of rest. It could be doing something as simple as getting yourself a coffee or a hot cocoa or a tea and just having a moment to sit down and take a couple sips. Another thing that I do find hard at times when things are off schedule, but I journal, and this is my gratitude journal, and I try to write in it either in the morning. That's my preferred time that I try to set aside for myself. If I'm not able to do it in the morning, what I do is I try to come back and do it in the evening. And over the course of January, there's a couple times that I wasn't even really at home, so I didn't have this with me. And so basically what I did was when I came back to it, I just kind of wrote what had happened so that it was my way of kind of getting everything out. Another thing that I do is practice mindfulness. And I use on my phone, I have something called the Insight Timer. And it's an app that you can just get at the App Store. Insight, INSIGHT, and the word timer. And it has a couple different features. And the feature that I like to use is the guided meditations, because sometimes my mind wanders, and that's part of just being aware and mindfulness. But I do enjoy listening to something for someone kind of describing things. And the favorite person that I like to listen to on Insight Timer is Sarah Blondin. She has just the most beautiful voice, and I love what she shares, that I always find very inspirational, very healing and cathartic. And I can also, with the Insight Timer, you can search and find things for that amount of time that you might have. And I know when things are out of control in your life, you might feel like you don't have the time to do something like that. I know for me, the days that I do it, I feel so much better, even when things are really out of control or not going the way that I want or the way that I hope. So I can sometimes even just select 5 minutes. And so you can kind of search based on different criteria. So you could look for a male voice, a female voice. You can look for topic. And so that's something that I recommend. And what I did in my mindfulness video for my school is, on a snow day, my favorite thing is like hot cocoa. So one of the techniques that you can do, even if you just can't even sit down and listen to an app a mindfulness app, you can do this quick little mindfulness activity. And this is something you can teach to your kiddos. It's called the hot chocolate. And so imagine that you have something like this warm mug of hot chocolate that you're holding in your hands, and ask your child just to imagine feeling like that warmth of that mug. And then ask them to take a smell and just smell the chocolatey goodness. So breathe in, hold it for a moment, and then you're going to have them blow on their marshmallows to cool them down so they don't burn their tongue. And then just do that for a couple of breaths. So you can do that with your hot chocolate. You can do it with your coffee, even do it with your tea, and maybe just sit back, close your eyes for a moment, and just take, 5 breaths of just breathing in and breathing out. And just allowing yourself to be still, not having to think about anything, not having to worry about anything. Just be right in that present moment and know just in that moment, you're allowed to have like peace. The other thing that I do, and I have found this really particularly hard for me to do, and I'm struggling with getting back in the habit, is exercise. And so what I have done is even just yoga, a sun salutation, just one flow of a sun salutation allows me just to kind of get some of that nervous energy out of my body. And so any form of exercise that you can do, maybe taking a walk around the block. You can't see, but right here I have my mom's dog, Penny. Can you say hi, Penny? She's off camera. I'm sure she's too beautiful to be on camera right now. I don't want you guys to feel jealous. But that can really be helpful, is just getting out and breathing some of that fresh air, doing some sort of exercise. It doesn't have to be intense, but it's important. And the other thing that I've been doing is drinking a ton of water. Water is something that we all need. And sometimes when you're maybe busy with something or helping someone or feeling chaotic, just taking some nice cool sips of water can kind of help bring you back to focus and to attention. So those are kind of my tips for when you're out of control. I hope that might help. I've missed doing some of my lives, so I'm glad that I had this opportunity to come on a snow day. I am in the process of reading 2 books, and I just wanted to kind of share that with all of you. I have had a book club before in the past, and I am thinking of doing that again. So the 2 books are by the author, Rosalind Wiseman. And so I am reading, I think this is the 3rd edition. This is Queen Bees and Wannabes. And it's helping your daughter survive cliques, gossip, boys, and the new realities of the girl world. I like this book. I especially like how Rosalind looks at the different relationships that people have in a clique and the different positions kind of that people serve in that clique. So I'm enjoying this. I've read the previous one, the 1st edition. And what I like to do with my books, I haven't gotten too far, but I like to underline, make some notes and margins because that helps me remember some different things. So I'm thinking I'm going to try and do a mom book club for reading this. And I know it's so busy that a lot of times moms don't have time to sit down and read the book. So in the book club, it's going to be my summary of it and how to use it with your daughter. But then I have a lot of brave moms out there that don't have daughters. I am a brave mom with a son, and I got Rosalind Wiseman's Masterminds and Wingmen, and I hadn't read this one yet. So this is new, and it's interesting. My son is in 6th grade. He's a 12-year-old, 12 and a half. And, I'm starting now to see the different dynamics in his relationships that are coming out, and seeing him deal with some of the relational piece and trying to kind of understand what's going on in his friendship. So I felt that this was important for me. So I have just basically started. I'm on chapter 1 on this. So I was thinking we might do a book club for these 2 books. So if you are a brave mom and you have a daughter or you have a son, I think there could be something fun that we could do together to try and help us figure out how we can help them in different ways. So I always like reading more information. So if that's something that you're interested in, leave a comment below and let me know that you're interested, and I'll share the link for my Facebook page for my book club, so that you can join that Facebook page and be a part of the conversation. So just say, yep, book club, or you could even say Queen Bees, so that I'll know you want to be in the Queen Bee, or if you're in the masterminds. And I just want to say thank you to all my friends who've been sending me nice messages and positive comments. It's been very helpful. One of my intentions for the year is connection. So I appreciate that. And I'm going to keep trying to reach out and post. And then my other intention is grace. And so that in part is me taking care of me and doing the things that I need to do to help my family and take care of myself and just basically be a brave girl. So I'm wishing you all a wonderful Friday. If you're home on a snow day, I hope you're enjoying your time with your loved ones. If you're out driving, please be safe. And I will hopefully be back next week. So as always, take care and continue to live life bravely. Take care, friends. Bye.